I probably look a little bit disheveled. I just got back from my first protest and that was really exciting. And I had a thought while I was out there. I was like, I bet you anything in the world that I am going to go out here, I'm gonna lose my voice and then I'm gonna get an audition. Well, lo and behold, I pull up to my house and I have an audition for my agent, and it's a pretty big audition. This is somebody that I've really wanted to work with before, so that's stellar. So I'm probably gonna film it tomorrow because it's due Monday night and I got it, let's see, at 5:50. And so I feel like there's sort of an understanding that if you get something late in the day, you may not get it that night. To me, that's kind of a rule that I go by, that I just try to have a few boundaries for myself. I am about to read it for the first time. Just to talk you through my process a little bit, I will read it out loud, the full thing, everything that's on the page. And that way I get an understanding of everything that's going on in the scene, all the pieces that are at play. So that's extremely, extremely exciting. And I think it also shows just a level of trust that I've garnered from my agent as well, that I can go out and be trusted with these really big auditions. And I just hope, I was gonna say, I just hope that something pulls through. I'm trying to rewire my brain a little bit. I'm just gonna believe that something wonderful is gonna pull through for me, and it's going to be the completely right thing for me, and anything that I don't need in my life is not gonna be here. So the roles that I shouldn't get, I'm not gonna get. They were never mine. So I have my hair and makeup and costuming done for my audition. I just need to fully memorize the lines. I worked on them a lot last night. Honestly, just practicing like the characterization, and sometimes, you know, whenever you're doing something else that is within the lines, whether that be text work or whether it be uploading the audio so you can play against yourself, like you tend to pretty much like memorize it as you go along. I don't have a lot of structured memorizing time whenever I'm doing auditions. I need to make sure that I'm memorized and record the audio, but I think this will be a fun audition. It's kind of, I can say, I guess it's a bit more of like a hippie character. The hair is very specific to what they're asking for, but I'm going for some like Gen Z little braids. And then I have some stones and crystals and all that good stuff to sort of add to the characterization and all that good stuff. I will say that because I've wanted to work for this person in the past, I'm beyond nervous this time. I'm actually like a little scared, to be honest. And I feel like before I've even started, I'm like, man, I got the audition at 5 p.m. last night and I didn't get home until 7 p.m. and then I had to work 7 to 10 p.m. like as soon as I got home. And they're just like, really, like I could have done it last night. It would have been a lot to do last night. And so I feel like I just have to hope that that was the right decision. And this is a fast turnaround for the actual shoot date. And so it's like, man, have I already shot myself in the foot? Like, have they already cast it? Because I didn't send it in, you know, by 7:30 or something like that. It's also an opportunity to be seen. It's an opportunity to get my foot in the door. I don't have to book this role. I'm trying to book the one after this one, or the one 3 times from now. So it's just some of the self-talk that I've sort of trained myself to work through whenever like these feelings arise. So I'm just trying to rely on my training and things like that and have fun with it. Because it is a fun little character, I will say that. It's definitely different than me, so I'm really acting for this one, but that makes it a lot of fun. I will say the great thing about doing a professional grade project is that they are so much easier to memorize, in my experience, because they're better written. So that definitely makes it easier and makes auditions go by a little bit quicker. I also feel like these don't look as good, like, as I was hoping they would from like the angle that I'll be filming. I think it's gonna look okay. The overhead shot makes them look more frizzy, these braids. But I think from this angle, they look a bit better. I hope that stops. loud your neighbors are until you start to film. I'm gonna talk to you guys while I do what I do in between is I talk to myself and I'm like, no, I coach myself. And I think, like, I literally have like shivers. I think that one was the one. And the key that I used, I was like, this is good, but it's not stellar. And I have a training secret that, I don't know if it's secret, I'll tell you guys. You know, I'm sorry to the person who taught me. A tip that a casting director taught me was to have a secret. So what that means is unrelated to the scene. It doesn't have to make sense necessarily, but it's better if it does. But to have a secret in mind as you're portraying a character, something that isn't in the script. But so she used something like, okay, you could be, you had a shot before this interview, or you got really high before you went to class, or like whatever it was. And so you just, not necessarily act that, but having that secret makes the scene more dynamic naturally on its own. And so I did that, and I feel like it really, really helped. Because the secret I chose really worked for this character. So she's like a hippy-dippy character. And so I chose that the reason that she was hippy-dippy is that she killed someone. She killed a man. So that sort of frenetic energy of like having that secret and having been somebody who has jumped over the ledge of what you should do as a human, you know, crossing that boundary. She's not totally stable, right? That frenetic energy really worked for this scene, and I think it was perfect. So I am gonna watch it back. I don't even think I'm gonna try to do another one because I think that was it. And like I said, I have like literal chills. I'm so excited. See, that's what I love about acting. I'm so excited. Do you see the comparison from whenever I started the audition and I was like, and so it's like, man, have I already shot myself in the foot? Like, have they already cast it? To like now, and I'm like, yes, I love it. So that's the insanity of acting, is like dreading it beforehand, but then loving actually the work. And so sometimes whenever I have like an audition that's looming over my head, I'm like, do I actually hate this? Do I actually want to do this because I'm dreading this audition so much? And then I actually do the work and I do the audition. And even as simple as like coming up with the secret for this character, coming up with a background for this character. Very, very small, very, very light. I'm not writing anything out. I'm usually just doing it mentally of like, what are the stereotypes I know about this type of person? Who have I met like this person before? What are things that I like about them? What are things that I don't like about them? You know, and so it all just sort of builds up into a small, you know, audition character and then can be fleshed out more later on. So that's all fun too. The dread, the looming sort of sensation of like, I always say it's like riding a bike, where before you get on a bike, you're like, I'm so scared I'm gonna fall on my face. I think I forgot how to ride a bike. But then you get on the bike and it all comes back and you're having so much fun. But then you let a month go by and you haven't ridden a bike, you're scared of the bike again. So it's the same thing with auditioning. It's like, well, same thing with acting in general. It's like, oh my gosh, I've lost this skill. I'm not gonna be good anymore. And then you do it and then you're like, I'm having so much fun. This is a blast. So anyway, that is the duality that you have seen in real time with this audition. Okay, I always do this too. I literally just pulled you down to talk to you and then start like transferring it over. I always forget to do my slate. Okay, so I have to do my slate, but I watched it back. There may be a few tweaks that I would have done, but honestly, I think the natural energy of having a secret, I think I'll lose it if I do it again. It'll become practiced. It'll become a performance rather than something that's just sort of had a flow out of me in that audition, if that makes sense. I'll get it over and it'll be 24 hours before it's due, which will be good. It's not the day that I got it, but it's still early. So hopefully that'll be good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. Look at what I'm about to have to clean up before I do my full slate. So we've got towels over here, Amazon boxes, of course, boxes from Christmas. Travis has to take care of his feet, so he has a foot bath. I had a Christmas present from my mom. That's a Taylor Swift sticker book, which is really cute. I need to actually pull it out and use that.
I know it's not a weapon It's not a game to me.
This is reality. You want lifestyle? This is lifestyle. Does anybody also have a box tower at all times? Now I'm just waiting on my AC to turn off. I forgot to turn it off. But it's very cold today, so I don't want to turn the heat off. It's been going for probably the last 2 minutes. Okay, now it is time to airdrop I've got them airdropped. I feel like this is a really good angle. Why do I never talk to you guys right here? I like this. Welcome to my office. This is the Call of Duty and Dead by Daylight monitor. This is the double monitor for both of our MacBooks. So we are living the high life over here. We have business and pleasure. I'm gonna edit these down, just trim them, rename them to the preferred names for the files, and then get them sent over, which is super exciting. Oh my gosh. I desperately want to work for the person who is executive producing this film, because I have a script that I wrote that I would love if he directed. So this is one piece of the puzzle that could lead to possibilities. I feel like I look very elven.
But I have so much power in my sensuality.
Something you don't think about as an actor either is whenever you slate and you say, "Hi, I'm Tabitha Carr," you have to think about multiple things. It's not as simple. Slating is not as simple as you would think. You're like, I'm just gonna do this really quickly. I do more takes of my slate sometimes than I do my actual audition, because I want to have my eyes open. "Hi, I'm Tabitha Carr," compared to "Hi, I'm Tabitha Carr." And I also want to not have breathed too soon. So hold on. "Hi, I'm Tabitha Carr," right? Okay, so you have to go, "Hi, I'm Tabitha Carr," and then you have a cleaner start than "Hi." Just try it yourself if you're at home and you're not an actor. Try thinking about both of those things and see how difficult it actually is. And then you have to remember everything that you have to say, because everybody requires something different. And so you get through a perfect one and then you realize, oh, well, I didn't say my agent's name, so now I have to go back and redo it. I did hear somebody say the other day that they treat their slate, or their full body slate, as this one was, as you can tell. She treats her full body slate like she's on the red carpet. And I love that. And so I, left a comment down below. I was like, I'm absolutely stealing this. That is amazing. And it just gives you a little bit of a confidence boost, especially the slate, but the full body slate especially is not built around the idea of you being confident while you're doing it. It's very much so oh man, I gotta put on shoes or socks, or my little toesies are out and they're seeing all the mess in my house, and it's much more stripping you bare with the full body slate. So I finished work, finished my audition, and now I'm tired, but I desperately need to go to the gym. And the thing is, I would be doing what I'm doing now, which is just sitting on my phone watching something, and I can just do that at the gym. Just go to the gym. But I'm really tired. But I only have an hour between now and whenever I have to start my next shift back. So that's annoying. So I'll have to decide what I want my workout to be, because usually it takes me 90 minutes to get my steps in, so I don't have time for that. Maybe I'll just do the stair stepper, because that is a really high intensity workout, and so I don't have to do as long of it. And then maybe I'll reward myself with the sauna after, because I'm tired of being freaking cold. We had a winter cold snap here in Texas.